which at that time was the biggest German city captured by the Americans. We kept advancing. It wasn't as bad as in the hedgerow. We had casualties, but not as bad. When the war ended, we were in Bremen, Germany. And we didn't know what was going to take place there. We didn't know what, when the war finally ended, we said, well, are we going to stay in occupation forces or are they going to send us to the Pacific? This was in, I believe the war ended in April or May of 44. And 45, excuse me, April, May of 45. And so we stayed in Bremen and they didn't know what to do with us. So they gave us some time off. I remember going on vacation or furlough to Paris a few days. I remember going to Copenhagen, Denmark, where I had a good time. Finally, it was time to go home. I said, I'll get home by Christmas, 45. Didn't make it. They put us on a victory boat, a Liberty boat. I went over in 5.5 days during the war. Coming back, it took us another 3 weeks to come over. The war was ended. I got back too late to go back to the second semester at Wake Forest. This was all in 46. Went back to school. Decided it was time to go to work after I went to school a year and a half. Got married later. Married in 48. October 23rd. That's the other date that changed my life. I don't know whether y'all caught this or not. That changed my life, just the other three did. Got married, had children and grandchildren. That's not the end of the story. You remember I telling you about a guy who was in the foxhole with me. His name was Titsworth. I knew nothing about his first name, anything else. All I knew, he was from Tampa, Florida. Sometime in the 70s, Meg was in Tampa and called home to tell us that she was there. I never told her this story or Frank or anybody. I said, look in the telephone book, such unusual names. See if there's a guy named Titsworth in there. There was. I wrote him and told him, I said, you may not be the person I'm looking for, but in 1944, there was a man named Titsworth and me in the 29th Division who saved my life. And I just want to get a chance to thank him. He wrote me back and said he was. He was the person. I have those letters in my house still. Said, I'm a lawyer in Tampa, but I have a summer home in the mountains of North Carolina. And I would love for you and your wife to come see us. So he wrote him back. He and his wife came to Sanford first, and then your grandmother and I went to see him up in the mountains. And his name was Clayton Titsworth. And isn't that a great story that's unusual? War is a terrible thing. I'm glad I survived so I could have you. I think about Memorial Day. We recently settled Memorial Day. And the main purpose of Memorial Day is to honor those who died, not the ones who fought. I think about those 400,000 Americans that were killed in World War II. They never had a chance to go back to school, never had a chance to get a good job, never had a chance to have a wife and a family, never had a chance to go to a great church that I go to. All those things, what Memorial Day means, that's what it means to me. And basically, there are a lot of things I've forgotten because of 64 years. But basically, that is my story of World War II.